Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to the first episode of another of my Battle Brothers The Legend series. So because this is already, I think, like a fourth season of my Legends runs, I don't think we have to spend too much time introducing the game or introducing the mod. So I'll only talk about the latest version of the mod because it brings some significant changes to the balance of the game. So I'm using the 16.3.3 Smoke and Fade version, which at the time of recording has been out for like, I think, 2 days. So it's pretty new, and I didn't even have time to check everything in game. I only read the patch notes, and this patch focuses heavily on like the balance of all the backgrounds in the game, mostly on buffing up backgrounds that up until now were, let's say, not as useful. I'm not saying that it brings like beggars to the same power level as, let's say, hedge knights, but there were quite a few backgrounds in the game that were just not strong enough to make the cut for most companies. And after this patch and some buffs, they might actually make it now. So one of the things that we're gonna be doing during this series is checking most of the backgrounds again and like re-evaluating them if at this point they will finally make it, or if they are strong enough for let's say like late game companies. There were some other changes as well, but mostly we are talking about like bug fixes or some quality of life stuff. So those are things that we'll just check as we play the game, and when we notice some changes, I will probably just mention it. But I think this rebalancing is the most important change since the previous series. Okay, now, what are we actually playing? So if you watch the previous series, you probably already have some basic idea about what I want to do this time, because I talked about my plans a little bit at the end of the previous series. So this time I wanted an origin that's, let's say, above average in terms of like starting strength. And I also didn't want anything that we have already done in the past, so that takes out the most overpowered stuff like adventuring party, maybe free company. I also didn't want anything that takes too long to really start working, so that takes Lone Wolf out of the way, that takes the beggar challenges out of the way, and I also didn't want anything that would decrease the roster size, so that was another limitation, which left me, I think, with like 3 options in the end that I was considering. I think it was these 3 actually. Poachers, Beast Slayers, and Oath Takers. For quite a while I wanted to go with Poachers until I realized they have this annoying travel light, I don't know how to call it, trait or whatever, and that makes their inventory smaller, which is just so annoying that I don't think I'll ever do it. Your inventory size already is not great, and if it's further decreased by your origin, that's just so bad. So that left me with Oath Takers and Beast Slayers. Oath Takers, I think they buffed up Oath Takers slightly since last time I checked them, but I don't know, I just don't like that you always start with the guy that has the old perk or trait. So in the end, I decided to go with Beast Slayers. I think Beast Slayers might be a little bit weaker than Oath Takers, because the gear that the Oath Takers started with is kind of ridiculous. But I think the Beast Slayers are still like strong enough to allow us get through the early game, let's say, a little bit faster than most of the other options. So you and your kind make your living by hunting down the many beasts that beset villages on the fringes of civilization. It is dangerous work, but it pays well enough, and there is always a bigger beast to slay and more crowns to earn. So we are beast slayers. Start with 3 beast slayers and decent equipment, as well as some beast trophies. Beast slayers gain a unique trait when fighting beasts. I'm not sure what the unique trait is. I guess it's going to just be something that gives us a little bit of extra melee or range skill, maybe a little bit of extra damage against beasts. I don't think we'll get anything like super crazy. But we are slightly better when we are fighting beasts. Then we are expert trackers. See tracks from further away. This doesn't seem like much, but when you think about it, for example, the last series, think about how many extra brigand camps we were able to find by like following the tracks backwards to their origin, and like most of the time we manage to find the camp that way. So if we can spot tracks from further away, that in the end should mean us finding more brigand camps, which is pretty important for like the early game and like early mid game. So I like this ability. Then we are expert skinners. Each beast you slay has a 50% chance to drop additional trophy. I'm not sure what the trophy exactly means, if it's like all of the drops from beasts are considered trophies, or if crafting materials are considered trophies, or if it's only like the, I don't know how to call it, but I'll give you an example. For example, when you fight snakes, you can either get like skins or snake leather or something like that, that are considered crafting materials, or you can get something that is called, I think, rainbow scale. I think that's the name. And it's basically a valuable item, something that you can't craft with. It's just worth like a couple hundred gold, and you can only sell it. Something that would be equal to like a signet ring or something like that. And I'm not sure what exactly the trophies are. If we get some extra crafting materials, that would be great. I would like to focus a little bit more on crafting in the series. So getting more crafting materials would be great for that. If we get extra trophies, well, extra trophies means more money. I mean, trophies, extra like valuables from beasts means extra money. So I guess that's useful as well. We'll see what exactly this means as we start killing stuff. And then, unfortunately, prejudice. Most people do not trust your kind, get 20% worse prices, which would usually be pretty bad, as usually I play on like legendary economic difficulty, but not this time. So I think, since we will be playing on only, I think it's beginner, the lowest one, economic difficulty, I don't really care about the 20% worse prices. We still should have more gold than we would usually have. Okay, our company is gonna be called the Brotherhood. I just couldn't come up with anything more interesting, so I just went with something really basic. Since we are beast slayers, we may as well have a banner with a dragon. Once again, I'm going with the random crisis to start with. And now, why beginner economic difficulty? Well, first, we are definitely going with legendary combat difficulty. That will never change. But during last, I don't know how many, 3-4 series, and I'm not talking only about Legends, also Vanilla, we had the same problem. I just couldn't find decent recruits. So instead of focusing on the actual gameplay, all I've been doing was running around the map from city to city over and over again, hoping that I'll finally find a decent recruit. And when you are doing this for hundreds and hundreds of days during like multiple series, it gets really annoying. So this time I am trying to do anything I can to just prevent this from happening again. And that's where the economic difficulty comes into play. It not only affects the amount of gold that you get, the economic difficulty also affects how many recruits you see. And that's the only reason why I'm going with the beginner difficulty. I don't have a problem with getting less gold on legendary. I always make enough gold. I have a problem that I just don't see enough recruits, so it makes the game really frustrating at this point to me. So we are going beginner just to see as many recruits as possible, and hopefully that way I will beat my ridiculously bad RNG and finally for once get a decent company, and that is like good enough for us to enjoy the game with. So that's economic difficulty, combat legendary, as I said, and may as well go with the high starting funds since we are trying to make the early game as short as possible, so this will help us a little bit. But there actually is not like a huge difference between low and high. It's a couple hundred gold, so in the end it's maybe like one extra item that you can buy. It's really not a huge difference here. We'll be doing unexplored map. Also, don't think this is gonna really make a huge difference or have a huge impact on the series, but I just want to try it, how it feels. And here we want to have all trade buildings available somewhere on the map for sure, and we don't need the camp tutorial. Other than that, I'm going as standard as possible because I still didn't find confirmation that the mod is now stable, that there are no problems with like the game crashing in the late game and falling apart. So from what I know is that the less you change these settings, the longer the game stays stable. We managed to get to almost day 200 in the previous series, so I did make some changes last time. So this time, if I leave it as it is, as the most standard settings, I hope that we will be able to go, let's say, past day 300, 350, maybe even more than that. It's possible that the game or that the stability has been fixed. I just didn't find the confirmation, so I am setting everything up as if the problem was still in the game. Okay, so now we can jump in. I already have like a save file prepared because I don't want to start with like 3 characters that have all 2 negative traits. Come on, don't crash on me. There we go. And also I want to read our, like, the initial story. You met the man in his home. He offered food, drink, and the contract at hand. Kill the witch of the forest, and you'll be paid in sum. You and your men set out and did just that, bringing back the wench's head. But your employer only laughed upon your return. He said it was the witch who put him in power, and that you had freed him of his debt to her. That he outsmarted you and your stupid men. His lackeys stepped out of the shadows, their swords already drawn. The ambush started upon the criminal's arrogance and ended with his head cleared from his shoulders. But it came at the cost of many of your fellow beast slayers, leaving only yourself. Holy crap, that's a bad name. Ermegardis, Bragi, and Valdemar remaining. Monsters of this world are often kept out of sight. The cruelties of men hide behind blind allegiance, the horrors of beasts behind dark legends. As the leader of a band of beast slayers, it has become steadily more apparent that you can no longer differentiate between the two. If you are to make coin hunting creatures, then you might as well add more to the pot by adding men to the ledger. The most wicked beast is the one that thinks itself more. So that's our backstory. I'll quickly check what we got here, just in case we got something like exceptional. 5 resolve, 8 for green skins, 56 is not great for starting stats, but overall I think this guy is good enough. Here we got iron lungs and, well, tiny is a problem, 15% melee damage penalty for someone who is meant to be a pikeman. That kinda sucks. Other than that, again, these stats are not bad. And you are Spartan and huge. Grazed eye socket. Yeah, it's not like horrible, but I think the story that I prepared, this one, is a little bit better. There. Okay, so what we are starting here with, Adelinde actually is not great. Rational, greedy. And by the way, you always get the same thing when it comes to stats, not the numbers, but the stars. The first character is always 2-star melee skill, 1-star melee defense, and 1-star fatigue, I think. So it's meant to be like your typical frontliner. Heavy or medium armor, melee skill, high stamina, the usual stuff. The second one, this is meant as like pikeman with maybe like a banner, because you have 1-star in resolve. It's like the weirdest combination of stats, but mostly it's like probably some kind of a glass cannon. Just go high melee skill, high stamina, maybe add some hit points like Colossus, muscularity combination, even though there are no stars in hit points. So that's the direction I will go with this build. We have strong for some extra stamina, and we also have hate for greenskins. And the last one is meant as a range character. The problem is we didn't get nimble, so we can forget about some nimble, light armor, high initiative build. We'll have to be a bit more creative here. We have steady hands, so that's pretty good. Then we have strong as well. And this character always starts with an injury. This time we are starting with grazed. It's actually, I think, the same injury as we had before I reloaded. Grazed eye socket, which is causing that ridiculously low range skill. 50% range skill penalty and a -2 vision. So we need to get rid of this as quickly as possible. But as far as injuries go, this one only lasts 2 to 4 days to heal. So it's not that bad. There are definitely worse injuries. I think, what's the longest time? 7 to 9 days, I think, are the worst ones. Okay. So everybody is starting on level 2. Let's check that out first. This is your typical frontliner. So that's what we're gonna do. Melee skill, melee defense. And I think here, because we only have +3 stamina, I will invest once into resolve to get it above 50. That's what I usually go with. We don't have anything like fortified mind. We don't have gifted. So yeah, let's get above 50 resolve, get it out of the way. And then we'll see what happens in the future. And for all of them, I think I'll be starting with Colossus. Even if we don't go Colossus muscularity in the end, for everyone, I still want to have the extra hit points. It's, at least based on what I learned last time during the previous series, the difference between like 56, 57, 58 hit points and 70, 72 hit points, it's actually pretty significant. So I'll be taking Colossus almost every time when I have it available. Then you will get the same thing here. Here I don't think I'll be taking muscularity, but here we will probably go all in on hit points. So Colossus, muscularity, get as much damage as possible out of the pole arm that we will be using in the end. So once again, get to 75. We even got +4 hit points, so let's go with that. Definitely melee skill. The last stat. Once again, we don't have nimble here, so this is gonna be a weird, probably like a medium armor build. Probably want to have more stamina. I'm actually not sure if we're gonna keep any of these guys for like late game, but for like the mid game, late mid game, they will be good enough. Just I'm not sure how stable, that might be the best word, these builds are gonna be. This is gonna be the most interesting build, since we can't really go the typical light armor, nimble build. I will try, what am I gonna try? Maybe we don't go Colossus right from the start here. Let's see. No, actually, since we are not going light armor, we don't go for alert. We could start with student. That's definitely an option. I think I'll once again, let's just go for safety. And that's gonna be range skill, range defense. We will scale the range skill from range defense through perks. And then I think here again we will go resolve since it's max roll to get above 50. And I will use the bow probably as an offhand, or like have it in reserve. We will go for quick hands, and we'll have. Do we have bags and belts? By the way, we do. So we'll go throwing weapons as main. Do we have crossbow mastery? No, we don't have crossbow mastery, unfortunately. So we will have to stick to bows. Throwing weapons, and offhand we will be using nets, because you can have main hand throwing weapon and offhand net. And we will try to pick up some of the net perks. For example, which one is it? This one that gives the extra range. Increase the throwing range of nets, yeah, by 2. And then we have, there is one more, I think it's this one, net repairs. Also grants +10 melee defense while holding a net. So it's like a really bad shield when we are throwing a net offhand. And yeah, we will need quick hands for this, and we will need bags and belts so that we can have like more throwing weapons, more nets. It's gonna be an unusual build for me, but I want to know if it's going to work. We have Wind Reader, so that's how we're gonna get some extra range skill for those throwing weapons. And then we'll just see what we need. How we'll just like work with this build as we go based on how it feels in combat. Then we'll like try adjust. Also, actually, here we do have especially gifted is important, so it's gonna be quite useful for this build. Okay. What's gonna be the positioning here? I don't mind having you in the front line. We're gonna need a shield here. We're gonna need probably 2 people as cannon fodder to cover flanks. And we need to get rid of the injury, because those throwing weapons that we also have to get, that's gonna be, I think at least like 50% of our damage would be my guess. Okay, let's start moving. Anything interesting here? Yeah, we are not doing that. 200. Anybody with decent-ish gear? Not really. Yeah, 600 for a farmhand. We are just paying like 400 probably for the pitchfork. So that's not happening. What about something useful? We need a shield, but I'm not sure if I want a buckler. Could buy the javelins. How much money do I have? 1500. Yeah, let's just make sure we have the throwing weapons. It's really important that we can actually throw something. And I think that's it here. Don't really have anything else. How much do you want for food around here? We have enough food for what, 2 days? Well, I will have to wait for now, I think. This would last also only 2 days. Yeah, for now, we will just move on. And because the whole map is hidden, we just have to follow roads. In this direction, it only goes to the Trapper and to the Iron Wain, so the only way here is like northwest-ish. probably shouldn't go this fast. We really can't afford it to accidentally run into something. We'll have to be very picky when it comes to target selection for a while. Would be nice to finally get another city or village. This looks like actually a large city. Okay, contracts. 490. This sounds like undead. I think I'll pass. This sounds good. And this is just a delivery to... Is that the city that we came from? Or village that we came from? Yeah. How much do you want to speed up the healing? So that's gonna be a maybe. What's the cheapest food here? I think I will buy something, but first, what do we start with? Recruits. That's all too much. Huh. This is one option, but brawlers are quite expensive when it comes to like the daily upkeep. A monk. We could try the monk. There is a small chance that we get like a 3-star resolve monk and we'll actually get our surgeon right away. Not really. Can we... Let's see. Do I have any like weapon or anything that I would be able to give him? No. Because I don't want to have like a literally cannon fodder that is only there to die. If he could like do some damage and then die, that would be ideal. What about you? You have, well, not really that much. 48. Let's check what is here for sale. 2,600. How much money do we have? 1,200-ish. Okay, let's start with a shield. Oh, this is something I really like. The game now automatically calculates how much armor per fatigue you are getting, and even if you do like layered armor, it just recalculates every time you change something. So that is great. Also, you can just mouse over and see the ratio, right? So it's much easier to, at the first glance, know what is like better, what is worse. Thinking if the padded leather armor is worth taking. 245. I'm not taking that. 70. This might be worth it actually. 50. This is 30. I think I'll take 24, 25. I think I'll take this. I'll take this. Yeah, it's 748. Now we need one weapon, something that's not completely useless. So I'm considering the spear, but 264 spear, that is just wrong. What else do we have? You... come on. You get the shield. You get the armor. You get that. This is an upgrade. So for the next character we have a helmet. Great. Even those bludgeons are expensive as hell. We could just buy, let's see, how much of a difference? Not really that much of a difference. Let's buy the wooden spear. That's good enough for someone who is supposed to just die anyway. Okay. 722, we can't, I think, afford to pay for the healing. That is unfortunate. What we could do... we could accept this, do the delivery, just to kill some time. Yeah, set up a camp. Ah, we don't have any medicine. Whoops. No, we do have medicine. Wait, we do have 50 medicine. What the hell? Get back to camping. Do I have to first have someone to actually do the healing? Okay. And we'll do the repairs. Is it like bugged? Or did we already fix everything? That's possible. Oh, first ambition. What is this exactly? Discover all camping skill. Visit settlements across the lands to find buildings that perform the required skills. Having learned all camp skills, you'll be able to sustain and maintain the campaign for longer periods without having... okay, so this is just to learn about these options. It doesn't mean that we have to buy those cards or whatever it's called, the improved versions. That sounds easy enough. Okay, there's our gold. Now we go back. We're gonna be buying the food here. How does it look like with your eye? Still not there. We'll heal tomorrow. Does it mean after midday, it will be gone. After we pay everyone. 3, 2, 1. No? Did they change it? No, now it procced. And it's gone. Excellent. And now we have 59 range skill. Much better. What is this? Find a crypt. Not far northwest. I would rather kill something. So what do we need now? Just to buy a little bit more food. We have the helmet, we have a weapon. That will have to do. I could buy the buckler maybe, but it just feels like throwing away money. You are coming with me. How does it look like with your armor? 25 points. That will have to be enough. It feels wrong without the shield. And I think this is the contract to return the idol. Okay. Where do we have to go? Northeast, this way. What do you want? You find a kid wearing a rather opulent chain around his neck. It's so heavy, his head is bent forward, but that minor struggle doesn't wipe the mild white grin off his face. Sigbold the bear pushes the kid down and takes the necklace. Where did you get this? The kid cries out, trying to grab his treasure back, but he's about 3 feet and the good jump too short. Hey, that's mine, give it back. And the kid comes over, flashing a ring so large it's pinching 2 fingers at once. Alright, that's enough. The company finds out and eventually finds a dead merchant in some tall grass beside a tree line. His face is purpled and jagged with broken bones. It appears he had been stoned to death. A group of about 40 or 50 youngsters appear from the tree line. And now I remember this event. Each juggling a stone in hand. Their leader, a little round with red hair and sleeves of tattoos, asks what you want. You tell him that you'll be taking the merchant's goods. The leader laughs. Oi, is that so? I'll give you 10 seconds to rethink the choices. Or that I will, mister. I think we will have to back off because this could end up with multiple injuries. And we can't really afford that at this point. I don't want to be forced to wait another, I don't know, at least 2 days to recover from more injuries. Also, I don't like where the bandits are going. Really, there's 9 of them? Wow. Holy crap. Almost thinking about going back for reinforcements. Can we? don't want to fight during the night. Because they have... What do you have? You have one poacher. Do we have anything? No. We suck during the night. I guess we just wait. And in the morning, we try to attack them from the mountains. Come on. And try to find some bottlenecks on the map. Let's see, can we use... What would be the best? I think we'll just stay here. There's not enough room here. I have to be really careful because, like, there is way too many of them. Okay, you're gonna be here, let's say. I'm trying to figure out if there is a way to always have like height advantage. I don't think so. 1, 2, 3. You'll go back. You'll have to use the dog. You'll go there. Is there anything that we really have to worry about? This guy. Okay, you are done for this turn. Do I want to activate Spear Wall? I guess. 58. It's above 50. Come on. That was a nice hit. Okay, you will definitely activate Spear Wall. Wait. This guy doesn't have any armor, so I think he's gonna be the target because we have a good chance of one-shotting him. Good. 67, 69. I should probably go after this one because of the 2 extra % chance to hit. But here, I think the saw counts as cleaver. I don't really want to get hit by that. Oops. Okay, I think they're trying to get behind us. I'll still activate the Spear Wall. And you have to take care of him. Good one. Oh, nice. You're in range. You can move forward. Speed wall again. Wait. Kill him. Excellent. Move forward. Try to finish him off. Never mind. I think I'll still leave the dog as like last resort. How are we doing stamina wise? 30. Still keep it active. Wait. Honestly thinking about just going after this one. But if you get hit by the hammer, that's gonna hurt. Okay, that's bad. Wait. Time to start moving a little bit. You'll have to hold that guy for as long as possible. You're gonna move here and start working on this one. Dog? Yes, no. What about we just move? Here, probably. There we go. Wait. Ah, come on. Damn, this guy is deadly. Okay, so you are running away. Please, no friendly fire. This guy killed like 5 of them, I think. Come on. Ah. Panic. There we go. Well, that was smooth. And we have, what did we get? Another robe. I think if there is anything better than the wooden spear or whatever it's called. I don't think that the hammer at this point is something that we need. We could use a staff. It has better base damage. It can stun. Did we get any level ups? Probably not, no. That was 5, probably thralls. I think thralls have some basic armors. They are more dangerous than the rebel that we just killed. So we will avoid them. Okay, 855. How much are we paying every day? 62 crowns. That's quite a lot of money. We have some reserve. I think I will sell the witch hair. We might do... Oh, one more thing. Did we get... No, we didn't get the... Yeah, that's what I hate about the nets. They're just... such a waste of materials. That's the problem. Early, when you really could use them, you can't afford them. And later, you need the reinforced ones, and you never have enough materials for them. At least I didn't never have enough materials for them. I think we want to do this contract, and then we sell the wolf leather or whatever, or skins, and the witch hair, and move on. But I think that's gonna be next time. I think it's more than enough for the first episode. We went through all of the settings, we went through the new patch, did the first fight, everyone is alive. We could do one more thing. I'm curious about this guy. Because I don't think they they patched, let's say, the overpowered unarmed combat. So if we could get a decent brawler early, that would be great. 237. I think it's a little too much still for a farmhand. Or at least a tryout for this guy. What? That's good. That's not good. I almost feel like this is already better than anything that I found during the whole previous season. Initiative is fine, hit point. I'd rather have probably 2-star initiative and 1-star hit points. But damn. I don't think I'm gonna recruit him right away. I might want to do this contract before I recruit him so that I don't have to pay him while we are just running around. But that's definitely someone that we want to grab. Okay, anything interesting here? No. And now we are done with this episode. So I hope that you liked it. I hope that you're going to join me for the next episode again. And until then, have a good time. Bye-bye.